Hello everyone, I'm Leo Diaz and welcome to the grounded stick practice. In this episode, we're going to talk about elastic strength through continuous motions using the stick. So let's go. Some movements look difficult immediately. You can see the weight, you can see the effort, you can see the speed. But other movements are more difficult to understand because the real work is happening beneath the surface. From the outside, they may look simple. They may even look easy. But inside the body, something much more complex is happening. The tissues are adapting. The joints are communicating. The nervous system is organizing the movements. And tensions is traveling through the body rather than remaining in one isolated area. This is something I believe we often miss in modern training. We assume that more weight means more value. We assume that more speed means more athleticism. And we assume that a large range of motions automatically means better mobility. But movement is not only about what we can see. It's also about what the body is learning internally. Can the body resist pressure? Can it adapt without becoming rigid? Can it change direction without collapsing? This is what I want to explore in today's grounded stick practice. A simple looking movement can become a powerful way to develop elastic strength, tendon, resilience, and whole body coordinations. Not by forcing the body, not by chasing the deepest possible positions, but by moving the rhythm, awareness, and continuous connections. So let's observe the movement together. I begin in a wide standing position. The feet are placed wider than the shoulders, creating enough space for the body to travel from one side to the other. I hold the stick horizontally behind my neck. Both arms remain fully extended along the stick. This creates an open structure across the upper body. The arm stands in opposite directions. The chest remains open, and the stick gives me a clear reference for the positions of my shoulders and spine. From here, I begin to lower towards one side. One knee bends while the opposite leg remains extended. The hips travel towards the bending leg. The foot on that side receives more of my body weight. The ankle begins to adapt to the changing pressure. The knee bends and organizes itself above the foot. The hip begins to receive the load. At the same time, the opposite leg stays long. The inner line of that leg begins to lengthen, but I'm not trying to force the leg into a passive stretch. The extended leg remains active. The foot stays connected to the floor. The tissues are lengthening, but they are still participating in the movement. As I move lower, one arm reaches toward the toes to the extended leg. Because I'm holding the stick behind my neck, the opposite arm continues to extend away from the reaching hands. The stick is not making the movement harder, it's making the organization clearer. It gives feedback. It shows me where the body lost connections, and it helps me maintain the relationship between the hands, shoulder, spine, pelvis, and feet. When most people thinking about tendons training, they imagine jumping, sprinting, heavy isometric holds, or explosive exercises. Those methods can certainly develop tendon capacity, but they are not the only way to work with tendons and connective tissues. The body can also adapt through a slower, repeated, and controlled loading. In this practice, the tendons are not being trained in isolations. They are participating in a fully body pattern. The ankle receives changing pressure as the body shifts. The knees move between bending and extending. The hips absorb and redirect the body weight. The inner lines of the legs lengthen under tensions, and the upper body remains connected through the stick. This is important because tendons are part of a larger system. They help transmit force between muscle and bones. They contribute to stability. They help manage changes in speed, and they play a role in storing and returning elastic energy. It begins with the ability to receive tensions without becoming disorganized. Imagine a bamboo tree moving in the wind. It doesn't not resist every force by becoming rigid. It also does not collapse. It bends. It distributes the pressure. It remains connected to the ground, and then it returns. This is the quality I'm looking for here. The tendon becomes strong without becoming unnecessarily stiff. It develops structure, but it keeps adaptability. This is also why continuous motion matters. When we stop completely in every position, the tissues experience the movement differently. They can still be valued in a holding positions, but when we move continuously, the body must manage changing tensions. The load is never exactly the same. The pressure moves, the joint angle change, the balance change, and the nervous system must keep updating the body's organizations. This creates a different kind of intelligence. The body is not only learning how to hold one shape, it's learning how to travel between shapes. It's learning how to adapt during the transitions. And in real life, this is often more important. We rarely live inside perfect fixed positions. We walk, we turn. We step, we reach. We catch ourselves. We change directions. We move from one task into another. So resilience is not only the ability to create strong positions. It's the ability to remain connected while the position changes. Another important part of this practice is the difference between active length and passive stretching. When people want more flexibility, they often try to push deeper into a stretch. They relax into the end positions and wait. That can be useful in some situations, but passive range does not always create control. In this movement, the extended legs is lengthening, but the body is still active. The foot remains connected. The hips is involved. The opposite legs is supporting the chest. The trunk is organized and the arm remains extended through the stick. So the body is not only discovering more range, it is learning how to use that range. This is what makes the movements more transferable. We are not simply asking how far I can go, we are asking how well can I organize myself while I'm there. I've seen this practice reveal something important about the way we understand training. We often search for exercise that looks impressive. We want the movement that appears more advanced, the heavier tool, the deeper positions, the more complicated sequence, but complexity does not always create understanding, and visible effort does not always create useful adaptations. Sometimes the most valuable movement is the one that allows us to notice more. The movement does not need to entertain us, it needs to teach us. And the question is not only how hard is this exercise, the better question is what quality is this movement developing? Is it developing stiffness? Is it developing uncontrolled range? Is it teaching the body to collapse into the joints? So a practice like this is not about trying to exhaust the body. It's about giving the body a clear progressive experience. This is elastic strength through continuous motions. It's not forcing, it's not moving as fast as possible, and it's not about making the exercise looking difficult. It's teaching the body to receive tensions, transfer it, and return with control. Don't collect exercises, build understanding. This is grounded stick practice. Move better, feel stronger, and stay grounded.